Well, circling the drain, we wouldn't be able to do this podcast without people that would support us. And David Crabtree is one of these fine people, and he's got Crabtree Benefits. And David, I'd like you to tell folks a little bit about Crabtree Benefits.
Okay, thank you, Johnny, for having me today. And Crabtree Benefits is an employee benefit company. I help companies establish a benefit package for their employees. So if they're looking for medical, dental, vision, disability, they can provide them to their employees so their employees can protect themselves and their families.
One of the things that you do is help the business owner not have to get in the weeds.
Well, it can certainly be overwhelming.
Yeah.
Confusing.
And these are, literally life-altering decisions.
Yeah.
As a business owner, really the last thing you want to deal with are employee benefits. This is where I come in. I'm David Crabtree with Crabtree Benefits.
Hey, if your business needs better benefits, go to crabtreebenefits.com and be sure and tell them Johnny B said, hey.
I wrote a law saying all cab drivers must speak English. It was basically the Taxi Passenger Bill of Rights.
Yeah.
And the reason I did that was when I had a stroke, I couldn't drive for 6 months, so I was forced to take taxis. I didn't realize 70% of the cab drivers were Somali. And the reason is they got here as refugees. They didn't need citizenship. They all speak perfect English, but they're rude and they don't like Americans. And they pretended they didn't speak English to take people on longer routes. So I passed that law. And then also that the passenger controls the music or no music, heat and air, and also the route. And it was posted in every one. So when they see my number, when I call yellow cab, they won't even answer.
Wow. I wonder why.
Yeah.
Welcome to a podcast about music and entertainment. Before it all goes down the disposal, this is Circling the Drain.
Hey, welcome back to Circling the Drain. You know me, Johnny Bozeman, Johnny B, along with Mr. J. Harper.
Hey there, Johnny B.
Hey, Silver,
Hey,
good to
see ya. And of course, as always, running the show is Mr. McCarthy, Jimmy Mack.
And guys, we've got a treat for you. I don't know how to introduce this guy because he's done everything. He's been on the radio. He has been a comedian. He has done so much in his life. He's even a lawyer.
Yeah, he's been in government.
Yeah. And he's tried to stop scooters in Nashville. But I've got to introduce, and he's been a great friend of ours for a long time. He's not in Nashville. Usually he is, but right now he's in beautiful Nantucket. Please welcome to Circling the Drain, Adam Dredd.
Always circling the drain, long-time watcher, first-time guest. This is awesome.
Well, I wish I'd asked.
I missed you on the radio, brother, too.
Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I wish I'd asked you to be here with us when you were in town. That's on me, but it's kind of cool to see you up in Nantucket.
It's good to be here with the gray shingles behind me. And these are, by the way, all the houses are gray shingled by law in Nantucket.
Are they really?
They're all gray cedar shingle, every single house.
So there was a man in Nantucket.
Well, I was going to show you more shingles. The funny story about Man from Nantucket is I years ago wanted to buy the domain manfromnantucket.com, and it was already owned. And about 10 years ago, I got a call from some Russians saying, "You own manfromnantucket.org. We own .com. We sell to you for 80,000 US." And I said, "I'll give you $70." And they go, "Okay." So I bought, there once was a Man from Nantucket is the most famous limerick in the world.
Yes.
It literally is.
Yeah.
Best known. And so I now own it, and I have manfromnantucket.com hats. These are Make Nantucket Nantucket Again. And from my merch site, all the proceeds go to my animal charities. I don't keep a penny.
Oh, wow.
Just for, yeah. So Nashville Cat Rescue and Nantucket Island Safe Harbor for Animals. So,
Yeah, you're a cat owner, aren't you? Or a cat?
I'm a crazy cat lady.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. Hey, if I can train a cat, I can train a jury.
Spoken like a true attorney.
That's it.
So you
and my cat.
Go ahead.
My cat Bonnie Dredd actually has a Facebook page, but she was on Fox News locally and nationally because Bonnie is toilet trained. to use a human toilet. So if you go to the YouTubes, you can look up Bonnie Dread, the toilet trained cat, and here she is in all her glory, doing what you think she's going to do. So if you ever want to waste 3 minutes of your life and never get it back, have at it.
So how many times a year do you go to Nantucket?
Well, I live here almost 5 months a year. I actually practice law up here as well as in Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
So I commute basically.
Yeah.
But I do avoid they're called hate months. They're called January, February, and March are literally called hate months because that's when the worst gossip is spread on the island because everyone hates each other because no one's here. So yeah. But I avoid the most blustery nor'easter time of year.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I'm probably here every month, a couple days.
And you avoid the hate months in Nashville too.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, which is now. How hot is it down there today, guys?
Oh man, it's been brutal.
well,
We hit 100 yesterday.
Yeah, I believe it's 96 at the moment.
Oh,
Wow.
I see.
yeah.
Wait, hey, since this is a podcast, am I allowed to swear or use kind of politically incorrect terms, or should I stay away from that?
Well, I'll leave that up to my cohorts. What do you think?
I just saw the answer in your eyes, buddy, but I hadn't. Never mind.
I am very offended by such things.
Yes.
Well, go
I could
ahead.
tell.
No, we invite our guests to speak freely.
Yeah, go ahead, Adam.
Yep.
No. In hindsight, this will be recorded. Bite me in the ass later. Some bulldyke from the scene will write some hate piece about me. So anyway, I'll leave that alone. Oh, did I say bulldyke? Anyway, we can't even say lesbian anymore. That's politically incorrect.
I know.
We have to say vegetarian. Hey, speaking of that, so we have Nantucket is the best place for 4th of July, and we used to have a water fight on Main Street. The firefighters and the ladders shooting hoses, and kids with squirt guns shooting each other. This year, it's called the Water Games. They're not allowed to use the fight.
Oh no.
I'm not making this up.
Oh, we have wimpified this country.
It breaks my heart. I really think these kids today would not be sickly if they drank water from a hose in the summer and had hose water in their systems and played dodgeball. They wouldn't be all these little pussy, wimpy, allergic, peanut scared kids around this country. Enough preaching. All right. Seriously, rolling in the dirt and hose water.
Oh,
That's
I
all you need
agree.
to toughen up a kid.
In fact, we didn't even have seat belts back in the day. We
sat backwards in the way back.
Oh yeah. And the cars didn't
Remember
have
jumping big wheels? How many helmets did you have when you were jumping your big wheel?
none.
Yeah.
I didn't even have one when I was
Exactly.
riding a motorcycle.
God, I only wear them at my weddings. Anyway.
I wear them in my divorce court.
Oh yeah. I got in trouble in law school. I wrote a paper once called a prenuptial weight agreement. And if your wife gains more than 10 pounds and it's not due to being impregnated by you, she's out with nothing. But to make it fair, if the husband gains more than 50 pounds and it's not due to being impregnated, same deal.
Yeah.
You walk with nothing.
Yeah.
So I made it fair.
Right.
Yeah, you did.
Sounds fair to me.
Absolutely.
So man, I gotta
So
know.
I'm really honored because I don't know, do these run in order? Because the last one I saw had a friend of mine on the show, Trace Adkins.
Oh yes.
And I've got a long history with Trace, and I warn you, there may be a little bit of an inappropriate phrase here, but it is kind of funny.
Well, tell us.
Trace and I met years ago when he was still Tracy Adkins, and he was dating Rhonda Forlaw, who worked at Arista, and he was playing bars out by the airport and stuff, and he told us about getting shot in the heart by his first wife and stuff like that. And anyway, I had just gotten back from L.A. I left during the riots. That's a whole other story. And another buddy of mine, Dave Daniel, who's in the movie Starman, and I was doing stand-up comedy, and Dave was painting houses, so I started painting houses with him. And he said, Trace was looking for something to do, and I said, Trace, why don't you paint houses with us? I said, the wildest part is we were all over 6'4", and I said, this is the best advertising ever. The company's called Giant Painters, and our slogan is, ladders are for fags. Anyway, I thought it was funny. Anyway, he then signed a deal quickly, lucky for him. But I used to have business cards that had the F word on it. They said Adam effing Dread on my card, and then whatever was my title. And anyway, Trace came on Primetime Country when I was a feature producer in warm-up. And when you're doing the rehearsal for the TV show out at TNN, they would broadcast the rehearsal through the entire hotel on all the TVs in every hotel room. So I walk out there, Trace is on stage, and sure as heck, during that microphone, Adam effing Dread in every hotel room in Opryland. But neither of us got fired for that. The only time the only time I really got fired, I guess, was from WTN. Do you remember? Oh, you probably don't. When Phil went to Philadelphia,
Yes,
they brought me in to fill in for Phil until they hired a permanent host. So for some reason, I decided it'd be fun to do breakfast on the air with Chef Freddie Brooker from the Trace and Absolute Vodka coming in to do the Bloody Marys. Apparently, it wasn't legal to make and drink alcohol on the radio back then.
Oh, that's right.
I found that out.
Well,
took one for the team.
Well, you've been on the radio quite a bit, actually. You were on Lightning 100 at one time.
Oh, yeah, I got myself kicked off of there on purpose.
Yeah,
the way that started was I was at Thunder 94, which was like hard rock and morning show with like the Ramones, and they let me do my playlist, and it was a low wattage station, so there was Lightning and Thunder was more like Tori Amos and that just crap. And anyway, I took their mail demo over to 94, and the ads were like $8 a pop as opposed to 35 at Lightning. This is back in the 90s. So they told me they were going to simulcast us together because I didn't want to lose my show, a Man of Leisure Mornings. They moved me to 100 and took away 94. Oh, no, you're just doing this one now. And they'd hand me this playlist, and it was like Sarah McLachlan, the stuff with dogs dying and stuff. And I would just get on there and go, Adam Dread, Lightning 100, music for angry lesbians. And they go, you can't say that. I'm like, fire me. And they did. Or they just didn't renew my contract. I was pretty smart back then. I actually owned 55 ad units a week as part of my deal.
Wow.
That I could sell and keep 100% of. Which I think they didn't like that either when they realized I was making more money than the general manager.
That does tend to make them mad.
But I did the same thing over at TNN. Part of my deal as warm-up was I owned the billboard ads. So it'd be catering provided by, and you'd have, Wild Horse. But what I did as part of it, not only would the caterers have to pay me to be the caterer and cater, they had to feed the crew as well as just the guests. Now, on TV shows, most times they only feed the guests. Not the people that work on the show.
Right.
So I fed 100% of the crew every day for the 3 years I was there. And no one had ever done that before. And I was like, guys, this makes no sense. That they're union guys that get off work for an hour to go drive somewhere, to buy a meal, to come back and shoot. It's between the rehearsal and the taping. And I was like, guys, it's $3. And the loyalty's amazing. I still get clients from that. And I wasn't even a lawyer then. But people go, we remember what you did for us. And it's those little gestures that come back. It's that's my lesson for today. But no.
Well, you've always been real.
Speaking of,
you've always been real good to me, man. You've always been real good to me ever since. Ever since I met you. I mean, you were at the city paper when I got to meet you, and man, you were so kind to me, and I've never forgotten that.
You guys are all, that's what it's really all about, though. We got to take care of each other.
I am Vinny Tavares. I'm the owner of Milltown Bikes, right in the heart of Columbia, Tennessee, on the square. And we're here to serve the community. We have bicycles from kids to adults, e-bikes, mountain bikes, road bikes. We run a repair shop. So I am the third generation of this current bike shop. It's been here since the 70s. It's a historical building. It's an integral part of the downtown community in Columbia. We got customers here coming in and talking that they got their very first bike here. So the reception has been great. Everybody's been super friendly, super welcoming. A lot of the old customers that been coming here for generations now still come here. They're now my customers, and I have a huge responsibility to continue to carry that legacy and that passion forward.
So I had a radio show up here. I haven't rebooted it for this summer. called Quahog Wild. We have a country station called Quahog Country. And the quahog is a Nantucket clam. It's a very large clam.
Yeah.
So, and country music's big up here.
Really?
Amazing.
That's
an amazing thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, speaking back to the doing good deeds and karma stuff, we're very excited about, the Unitarian Church here has hosted the reading of the Declaration of Independence for the last 27 years at 9 a.m. Everybody goes to the UU Church, gets in the pews, and they read the Declaration, which, folks, actually only takes like 11 minutes, honest, from start to finish. So if you're thinking of avoiding it, don't, because it's only 11 minutes. Anyway, the UU decided not to do it this year because the country's too divisive. I'm like, that is the most retarded statement I've ever heard, honestly, because talk about being divisive, not reading the Declaration of Independence on the 250th anniversary of our birth. I mean, so my church, St. Paul's Episcopal, said, we'll take it. So we'll be there tomorrow at 9 a.m. If anyone's around Nantucket and listening to the show or watching the show, come on out. They may miss, we may not be up by then. But anyway, it's a great thing. We're going to do it every year. But the neat thing about St. Paul's, I met Father Max Wolf, who's the pastor there. And by the way, Episcopals have priests and nuns. The difference is with the Catholic Church, Episcopal priests and nuns can get married and have kids. It's kind of like Catholic light.
Wow.
So Father Max is one of my best friends. And I noticed, so we do an 8 a.m. outdoor service and then a 9:30 indoors. I love the outdoor services. It's in a memorial garden. It's gorgeous. And I go at 6:30 every morning on Sundays, and I set it up. I bring 75 chairs from inside out and set it up in this beautiful pastoral setting. But what I noticed was a couple years ago that the kids, if kids come to church, they've got on headsets or tablets. They're not paying attention at all. So I noticed the kids come to church and are somewhat paying attention on St. Francis Day, when the blessing of the animals. So I talked Father Max into making the early service outdoors pet friendly. And the nice article in the paper, we double the attendance at church on Sundays at 8 a.m. because people are bringing dogs and cats, and a little kid can pet a dog or a cat. And you know what? Probably won't hear the whole sermon, but maybe he'll hear 20% of it, which is more than having on headsets and stuff. So that's my youth outreach I'm doing up here, basically.
Adam's still doing great work no matter where he's at.
We're trying.
But we couldn't stop the scooters.
Man, and the worst part is they're dangerous, but the worst part for Nashville is these companies aren't even from Nashville that own them and rent them out. They pay $30 a year fee to Metro to have a scooter here, per scooter license. Every time somebody falls and gets hurt on one, they're taken ER'd to our hospital, ER, triage there, and then they fly back home to whatever town they're from to have their surgery. So it's probably cost us as taxpayers thousands of dollars per triage run, and then no money stays in Nashville or gets spent in Nashville at all. So from a business standpoint alone, that's a bad idea.
Insanity.
I mean, that's like putting a data center next to a zoo. It's just dumb.
Yeah, what do you think of Freddie O'Connell and his...
So I used to be a guest on his show, and he and Mary Mancini had something called Liber Radio, a liberal radio show, and I was the token conservative right-wing guest that would come on there and fight with him. And so we developed a friendship through that. I don't care for his politics at all.
Yeah.
He's a nice enough guy, but he's wrong, and he's not a businessman. And I honestly think you have to be a business leader to be a mayor or a governor. I think to be president, you have to have served in the military and or be a grandfather, personally. But that's me.
I actually have an opportunity to interview him on my podcast.
Really?
Yeah. You think I should?
What happened?
I'm just, no, he might be coming on. I mean, we're still kind of working it out.
On.
Oh, I would have him on too.
Give him a kiss for me.
I'll let him know. But you're right. He's not a businessman, especially with all the, it's like 350% increases in property taxes on these businesses. It's like either you're that dumb or it's you're just trying to drive these businesses out. I mean, that's the only other reason I could think that.
Johnny B's probably aware of this, but when I was a city councilman, I built the first music stage in the airport to immerse people in music when they got here. And that was 2003 when I had my stroke. And they waited for me to get out of the hospital, and Big and Rich and Mayor Purcell, we christened it in the bag claim. And now we have over 30 stages. People are coming to Nashville to spend money because of music and because of Lower Broadway, to be honest with you, and putting these people out of business. Case in point, Layla's. I don't know if you know Layla's Honky Tonk. It's the only woman-owned honky tonk next to Jack's Barbecue.
Yeah.
It's one story. They have a little balcony, up there, but they have no roof bar, no nothing. Her taxes went from $30,000 to $117,000
Good
in 1
Lord.
year.
Good Lord.
Yeah, and again, she's a single woman-owned business. She can't afford it. They're driving her out. The problem is they're basing this on real estate comps, on prices. Jack Coffin sold Jack's Barbecue, the abutting building, for $15 million. So everybody in the neighborhood's taxes went up. Anytime something sells there for millions and millions, everybody else takes the hit.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's happening in our neighborhoods.
But I think the answer is to do some sort of a special zoning, an entertainment, quasi-entertainment historical zoning. For example, that's going to hurt Zanies in the 8th Room and that whole area on 8th Avenue South as well. Zanies, we've been there for over 40 years. I'm been their general counsel since I got out of law school and started there as a comic, believe it or not. But, I mean, their taxes through the roof. The 8th Room, we lost Douglas Corner because of COVID and the taxes. They couldn't afford to stay open. So we're driving away the things that are bringing people to Nashville to spend money.
Yeah, and you're getting the 12th Avenue businesses are also taking it in the teeth.
Oh yeah. And gosh, and I so speaking of 8th Avenue, Mayor, was it Megan that wanted to put bike lanes on 8th Avenue?
Yes.
And take out a lane of traffic. And so they hired me to stop that. And it was Grown Guitars and stuff. And think about this, bike lanes. First of all, you're going to inconvenience tens of thousands of cars for tens of bicycles, literally tens of bicycles. 200 days a year in Nashville, the temperature is over 83 degrees or under 35 degrees, which means those are days you're not going to be on a bicycle. But riddle me this. Let's say you have a bank and one of your tellers wants to ride a bike to work and be nice and green and everything. Okay, they come in and they're going to be with people. So on an 85-degree day when they come in, do you now have to provide a shower for those employees? And while they're showering, is that on your time or their time? I wrote a law saying all cab drivers must speak English. It was basically the Taxi Passenger Bill of Rights.
Yeah.
And the reason I did that was when I had a stroke, I couldn't drive for 6 months, so I was forced to take taxis. I didn't realize 70% of the cab drivers were Somali. And the reason is they got here as refugees. They didn't need citizenship. They all speak perfect English, but they're rude and they don't like Americans. And they pretended they didn't speak English to take people on longer routes. So I passed that law. And then also that the passenger controls the music or no music, heat and air, and also the route. And it was posted in every one. So when they see my number, when I call yellow cab, they won't even answer.
Wow. I wonder why.
Yeah. I made all cab drivers speak English.
You
I
talked
still
about-
can't get a cab, by the way.
Well, you
Nashville.
talked about your stroke.
Yeah, you guys don't
And I would love for, because, I remember when that happened. Can you kind of tell folks what happened that day and how it all transpired?
You got it. So it happened on May 30th, 2003. May 29th, I had a headache, and I'm not the kind of guy that gets headaches.
Yeah.
I just never really did. But it was in the back of my neck, and it felt like it was like going up my neck. So I went to CVS, bought aspirin, went home, went to bed. Didn't really hurt that much. The next day I go to Green Hills post office, pick up my mail. And I feel kind of hot. So I get my Jeep Cherokee, crank up the AC, and I'm sitting there on Hillsborough Road, basically. Next thing you know, I'm out cold, and I drove 4 miles, Franklin Road, no recollection, 4 miles off a cliff through a slave-built wall into a tree, tearing down the walls of slavery, but and was found non-responsive. I coded. They brought me back. I coded again in the ambulance, and woke up 12 hours later with Reverend Enoch Fuzz laying hands on me, actually, when I popped out of my coma.
Wow.
And he said my first words were, "Please tell me I didn't hurt anybody," because I knew that I'd been driving.
Yeah.
But I won't say the name of the news channels, Channel 4. Saying like, was drinking or alcohol involved, Nancy Amons? No, Nancy Amons. This happened at noon on a Friday. You know I don't start drinking till 2. So anyway, but they did. There's a full blood and alcohol. My firefighter buddies like, we have to do this. And by the way, there's nothing in your system, but we just want to verify it for all of them. I mean, the attack piece is on me. I was running for office at the time. Dread crash hoax. Dread publicity stunt to get elected.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
the viciousness that came out. Meanwhile, you guys have a prayer circle on 99.7 WTN.
We did.
I mean, seriously, you guys had prayer groups going out, and it worked.
Well, in fact,
And,
we were on WLAC at that time, actually. And,
That's right.
And
That's
Phil and I had because I'd gotten the word from I think it was my wife at the time. She was a nurse at Vanderbilt, and she called me and let me know. And so Phil and I went on the air and asked for a citywide prayer. And that was my first.
It worked, brother.
Oh, it did
brother.
work. Because when I went home that night, she goes, "It doesn't look good." And I'm beside myself. And the next day she went into work and she called me and she said, "You're not going to believe this, but Adam is sitting up and he's talking to people." And I said, "Can he take a call?" And she said, "Oh, yeah, I called you up and man, you're telling me jokes." And I said, "I can't believe this, man. Only Adam."
You know, my line about that, since I had another one last July, a brain bleed, but I'll tell you about that, was, God still has more work for me to do and the devil's still scared of me. And because it breaks my heart. All these really good people die all the time. It's like, wait, I'm still here. And it's like, I'm here for tribulation, aren't I? I'm going to be here for the tribulation. So I think that's probably the plan.
Yeah.
But so, they said I had the lupus coagulant gene, which meant my blood, if you have lupus, it causes your blood to thicken. I don't have lupus, but they said I had the marker for the gene. So I went on Coumadin for 22 years of Coumadin, rat poison. Every month I'd go into Vanderbilt Hospital, get a blood draw to see what my level was, my INR. And so I couldn't have lettuce or broccoli or spinach. All I could have was pizza and beer. It didn't really suck. No, but fast forward, I felt going to court last May. I was walking across the street, James Robertson Parkway, and a heel fell off my loafer, and I did a banana peel split. I didn't know my heel was. I got up and I did it again. I ripped my hamstrings really badly. So I went to Vanderbilt Hospital and was there for 5 days. It hurt so bad, I had no idea I'd hit my head. So fast forward, July 22nd, I had a little teeny crack there that I didn't know about. We never checked for because I said I didn't hit my head. And I got a brain bleed. And they found me non-responsive and life-flighted me to Brigham and Women's in Boston. When I got there, they said, "Why are you taking Coumadin? You don't have the lupus coagulant gene." I'm like, wait, what? I've been taking this for 22 years.
Oh my.
I've gone to the hospital every month for 22 years to get checked. And they're like, "Oh, you got to sue, blah, blah, blah." And I said, you know what? First of all, doctors are humans and they make mistakes. I'm alive. That's all I care about. But I did further research and genetic markers can change. So I believe at the time I did have that marker. I tested positive for it and now it's gone. And I can say that personally because if I go get a blood draw right now, I will test positive for Lyme's disease. I don't have it right now, active, but I've had it in the past. And it's always going to be in my system in some level. But it could go away eventually. It's very strange because I went in for something else years ago and they said, "You got Lyme's disease as well as dehydration, sunstroke." And isn't that wild how those things markers can change and go on you?
Yeah.
Well, your allergies change every 7 years.
Oh, yeah.
Humans' allergies change. And I used to be immune to bee stings. Not anymore. I used to pick them up and I was stung all the time and build up an immunity. Now my arm swells up like a deer tick. So, yeah.
Well, that happened to me too. A yellow jacket stung me a couple of years ago. Man. And I would get stung by them and nothing. Boy, my hand got as big as a catcher's mitt. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Same thing, man. Those are, man, if you could just rid the world of one animal, that would be it. Not sharks, yellow jackets.
Yellow jackets
They're
and
evil
mice.
Sons of bitches. Oh, yeah. Hey, by the way, a couple things on the deer tick thing. We now have this new longhorn tick a Lone Star tick. I'm not sure if you've heard about it.
I have
It's one that
not.
makes you allergic to meat. Yeah, there's a new one out there, guys. Watch out for it. It's a fast little tick. It's not in Tennessee yet, but it's on the way. Google that when you get a few minutes. They're brutal out here. Speaking of, so it is shark season, and my beach up here, I have 2 summers ago, I had 16 white sharks that lived off that beach that we would ping, with a tracker.
Yeah.
And you know what? Peter Benchley said once, I thought that he wished he never wrote Jaws because more sharks were killed because of that book Jaws. And a great white has never eaten a human unless they found a dead, decomposing human. Great white sharks eat seals. That's all they want. Big, blubbery seals. The only time a human gets hit, great whites hunt up. So they're looking up. If they see a guy in a wetsuit on a boogie board with flippers and they see a seal and they go up and they hit it and they bite you and then they let you go because you're not a seal. Now, you're still going to die because of that bite, but they're not going to eat you. Yeah, it has nothing to do with
Is that only the great white species?
The only shark to really be scared of, two really, and I work with OCEARCH, OCEARCH. If you want to look them up, we tag great whites and stuff, and they're amazing people. The bull shark is the one to really be scared of because it's territorial. So if you go into its territory, it's going to hit you. Tiger sharks, they're just kind of strange. You just don't know what they're going to do. They're not going to stop and keep eating you. None of them are.
The hammerheads are bad too.
So I had a hammerhead 2 summers ago. A hammerhead hit a striped bass right off of Fat Lady's Beach. I swear to God, that's its name, Fat Lady's Beach. And the people are screaming and stuff, and it bit it in half. So I just walked out in the water and I grabbed the other half of the striper and pulled it out because you don't want blood in the water. You're going to attract more sharks. Hammerheads rarely attack anything except crustaceans. Their heads are actually shaped so they can look for crabs and stuff down on the bottom, kind of like a nurse shark.
The scavengers.
I'm an amateur ichthyologist, if you can't tell.
Because the reason why I ask is that there was like an attack maybe a week ago off Florida.
Of a hammerhead?
No, I can't remember what kind of shark it was, but the guy, the shark went after him and pulled him down. And
it would have been a tiger, probably a tiger or bull.
Yeah.
Now you do hear a lot about like New Smyrna Beach and all people getting bit. And what's happened there is tourists have fished the waters out. There is nothing for baby sharks to eat. So they see an ankle or something, they hit anything moving. They don't care. They're not trying to eat you. They're just hungry, for Christ's sakes. And that's the fault of the commercial sport fishing industry down there. They've fished out the water.
Yeah.
Well, Adam,
that's coming from me.
Adam, you mentioned, Jaws, and of course the story of that movie, they, closing down the beach on the 4th of July, and
right.
There is
Freddie O'Connell that did that. Yeah.
But
he double taxed the shark.
Well, as we record this, it's July 3rd as we record this, and there is there's a beach up in the Northeast that is going to be closed for July 4th because of bull sharks.
That's not us, but
yeah.
We shut down for a fin sighting. The lifeguards will blow the whistle, and you've got a 2-hour shutdown just to make sure it's not a bull shark or. But normally they're not. And normally when people think they see sharks, they're actually sunfish. They have these big dorsal fins that come out of the water. They're big, giant, fat fish, but it's not even a shark.
I gotta say, I was actually on Martha's Vineyard during 4th of July one year.
Oh, wow.
That's where they filmed Jaws. Yes.
Wow.
That is where they filmed Jaws.
Were you there at the Obama's house or the Clintons?
Neither. Yeah, I wasn't that famous at that point. Some things never change.
So we call Martha's Vineyard the other island. So you got Massachusetts, Cape Cod, then you have
but
Martha's
is it
Vineyard, Nantucket.
The other island? Do you look down on Martha's Vineyard, or do they look up to you?
We do. Yeah, we look at it. We look at it like Nashville looks on Memphrica. It's day trippers. There's no zoning laws. It's very, very rich Hamptons kind of people. So, and it's only five miles offshore. We're 30 miles out at sea. It's a commitment to come out here. The people that come out and stay on Nantucket are the Frists, the Alexanders, Fred Thompson, the Corkers. This is Republican country. Vineyards Democrats, James Taylor, that crowd. So it really is. They're not. It's almost like Memphis and Knoxville. The difference between Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket.
So you guys are more Kid Rock, Ted Nugent.
Oh yeah, we're more Kid Rock. But Kenny Chesney's been up here a couple times actually. But but the thing is here, it's like Nashville, like old Nashville, where people don't bother celebrities and paparazzi, and they're just kind of fit into the thing. I mean, just into the whole groove of it. I mean, I was out, with Ben Stiller. I don't know if you saw that picture.
I did.
His parents live here. Jerry Stiller lived here. Mr. Rogers lived here. Oh, Mr. Rogers is a member of my church, of St. Paul's. It was his summer church, but what people don't realize is Mr. Rogers was a Methodist minister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we do the Fred Rogers Award every year for the best citizen, for the kindest citizen. Haven't gotten that yet. I got Volunteer of the Year 2022 by the Chamber, which ties into something else if people are around. We do something I'd love to see in Nashville. We do something called the Nantucket Clean Team, where myself and a group armed with grabbers and bags, and we hit a different beach or roadway every Saturday from 8 to 9 and just clean it up. And it's amazing the amount of trash that's not really intentionally tossed. It's stuff that blows out of people's trucks and cars.
Yeah.
And that's something, landscaping trucks especially, just kind of people be on the alert about that, because, it's neat seeing little kids do it, because people honk and say thank you when they're driving by on the roads, and seeing the little kids just light up when that happens may leave the world a little better for everybody.
Well, see, the whole difference between Nantucket and Nashville is that up there you're getting, paper bags flying out and everything. Here it's ladders, things like that you find in the interstate. Yeah.
Aliens. Yeah. I'm sorry, undocumented. And we do have a park here where we actually won't clean the state park, and it is state property. Yeah. Because there's a group of homeless junkies that live out there, and there's needles thrown on the ground. Ew. And I won't let any of my team out there.
I don't blame you.
What I did clean up was these damn vineyard winds. These wind farms, this whole green wind farm thing.
Oh, yeah. Don't get me started.
I'm sorry, BS. Those things. All right. First of all, the amount of energy they take to construct one of those big wind farm pieces. They only last for 20 years.
Yeah.
And when they die. They break off and fall in the water, and it's not the responsibility of the company that owns it to clean it up. It's ours.
Oh.
And we had one break and they didn't let us know either. I could have had boats out there with nets. We could have cleaned it up fast. It was about 15 miles out. And again, I've got an army ready to go on boats to clean up any mess that happens up here. They didn't tell us until it started washing up on the beaches. And these are broken pieces of fiberglass, naugahyde, whatever. I stepped on one, man, cut me bad. It's sharper than glass. It's breaking up and getting into fish and other crustaceans and mollusks. And we shut down our beaches. We shut down our beaches not because of sharks, but because of a broken wind farm blade. And my buddies have a surf shop out on the beach and surf lessons. Couldn't do it. Beaches were all shut down. It cost us millions of dollars on this island.
Oh my God!
Have you seen that scene from Landman? Where
yes.
Billy Bob.
Yeah, he educates the lawyer. Yeah,
like a 7-minute, monologue about how bad the actual wind.
It's ridiculous. It's almost like battery powered cars.
Well, they kill birds. Thing. I mean, the number of birds it kills.
Yeah.
Oh, birds, fish, whales. Those things vibrate, and they've got huge engines underneath filled with oil, by the way. They don't tell you that part.
Yeah. No, they don't.
And that leaks out. Yeah. Speaking of that, but in Nashville, the whole thing with data centers ties into this. And again, I wouldn't call myself a huge environmentalist, but I do my part. I'm a gas car guy. Anyway, my problem with data centers is the amount of water they take to cool them. Not only does it's like 5 million gallons a day for a data center. Mm-hmm. Not only does it take that much water, it burns up. About half of it is literally evaporated, but a good chunk of it is contaminated and just rolls into the water table underneath. So if you use well water or you have an aquifer, that water is coming back up contaminated. Putting one of those next to the zoo might be the dumbest idea I've ever heard.
Well, that's the thing, is that even Pamela Furr, our friend, she pointed out the rub is the fact that the people who own the data center are saying, well, hey, we've got all the permits and basically flipping everybody off. And now Freddie's coming in and saying, well, that's okay. I'm just going to claim eminent domain. And, it's like, well, okay, now this is a head scratcher.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Who do you back on this one?
Well, actually, here's the problem there. Definition of eminent domain is the government seizing of private property for public use.
Right.
Unless it's turned into a park or given to the zoo that all the public has free access to, you can't just take something like that. The permit side, too, is kind of interesting in that how was that pre-permitted before the owners could apply for it? Because it's still owned by that property has not sold yet. The original owners still own it. The data center people do not own the property yet. Mm-hmm. So in eminent domain, he would have to pay the people that currently own it. I don't know what their side deal is with Blocks, BLOXX, the company building the data centers. But my suggestion would be this, Freddie, find a big piece of land way the hell away from everybody. And we've got plenty of land in Davidson County.
Oh, yeah.
And swap it. Just do a straight land swap and pay them for that land. But, the other problem is going to be not just the lawsuit for the price of the land, but the detrimental reliance, that's a little legal term, of the Blocks company put all this money into surveying and whatever else they did to get ready to build the data center. They're going to sue for that money back from Nashville, and that's going to be a big penny.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were given some permits. So they did rely detrimentally to them on the fact that they were going to be able to build there. So this whole thing was just screwed up by Nashville, just beyond belief. I'm glad I'm not in government.
Well, Nashville has always been really, I don't know what's wrong with Nashville government, but it just seems like it is poorly run.
Right.
And it has been for a long time.
I'll tell you what, in my years there, and I was a councilman 2002 through 2007 because of a split term with the Ronnie Stein debacle and I filled Howard Gentry's seat on the council. What I have found is the person who took the best care of Metro employees out of all the mayors we've had was Megan Barry. Nope, don't do the joke. I know what you're thinking. But honestly, the fire department, the police, any codes.
Especially the police.
She took care of the workers. She took care of the workers.
Yeah.
Now, the guy involved in that was is a friend of mine, and so is Megan. I talked Megan out of running against me when I won in 2002 because she would have beaten me, and I said, I'll back you later on down the line. What she did is nothing no other mayor has not done. Every single mayor has had a concubine in the history of Nashville. She happened to be a female. She happened to spend some funds on this guy that the other guys didn't get caught spending on their mistresses.
Right.
And she paid her. She did her time.
Yeah.
I don't agree with her politically, but she is a dear, dear friend of mine, and I'd do anything for her except probably vote for her. But But, and honestly, here's another reason she gets a pass. I actually hope she's not watching this. But anybody in this life, if you lose a kid, if you're a parent and you lose a kid, you get a hall pass from me for life because there's nothing that changes. And I can't even imagine the heartbreak that woman has every day. So, people want to, I've made jokes about her, but she's a good woman and, she does what she thinks is right. And she did take care of the Metro employees, and I'll always applaud her for that.
Oh, you're not kidding. And I also, when she lost her son, I even sent her, which I don't even know if she read it or not, but I sent her a note of condolence. And yeah, I felt for her on that one. If you lose a child, man, it happens to everybody.
Kids aren't supposed to go. Yeah.
They're not, but it does happen, and it happens more than it should. But yeah, that was awful.
Yeah. Yeah. So, gosh, but it is wild. It's just wild world we're in, guys.
Yes, it is. So that's why you're wilder.
I wrote some notes down actually for you guys.
Well, go ahead.
What did I want to tell you guys about? I had something kind of important. No, I guess it wasn't that important. Mr. Rogers. Oh, here's a problem. Here's Nashville. And again, I hate to sound so old. I'm only 743, but man, don't you miss Faison's and the Trace?
Oh, yeah.
Places like that. Hillsborough Pancake Pantry everything's changed hands. It's just Hillsborough Village is now I'm having trouble because it's gotten dangerous at night. We have a new element there that are not the people going to the bars, but people hanging out in the streets that can't get into these new bars, drinking in their cars, smoking, just peeing on people's buildings. Hillsborough Village, ladies and gentlemen.
Unbelievable.
Who would have thought it? Because if Randy Rayburn was still here, that would not be going on.
That would not happen.
That.
And I missed Maud's Courtyard. Stuff like that. Yeah.
Hey, you can still get Maud's. You can still get Maud's chicken at Sperry's.
Oh, really?
They do Maud's chicken at Sperry's, Belmead, and Cool Springs. Oh, by the way, so Sperry's was the original salad bar of Nashville, and they still have a salad bar. They were the first ones, 1974, to have Green Goddess dressing. You know what that means? They are now on their second bottle of Green Goddess dressing. No, it's made fresh daily. And part of the Sam's family. They're all related.
What brought you to Nashville? Because I know you were originally from Pennsylvania. Was it Vanderbilt? Going to Vanderbilt?
Vanderbilt brought me to Nashville, and I'm a damn Yankee. I stayed.
Well, yeah, you did.
And I just loved it.
Well, I'm glad you did. Because I mean,
yeah.
That's the thing I love about Nashville, and I think we're losing it. Is that we've had so many great, colorful characters like you, John J. Hooker. I mean, you name off all kinds of people that you wouldn't find them in any other town. This town's unique.
We did take care of our own crazies. We definitely did.
Yeah, we did.
But now we've got. I loved your thing on bad Californians. Have I got a story for you?
All right.
A woman from California brought her what she told the hostess service dog with her into a restaurant. And the waitress walks up. She goes, "Oh, he's sweet. You can pet him." The waitress reached down. Dog bit her in the face.
Oh my God!
First of all, she's Californian. Second of all, you can't pet a service dog by law. By definition of service dog, strangers are not to pet. A service dog is there for sight or hearing or PTSD, but they are not to be pet.
Right.
Now, an emotional support dog, that is not a service dog. So. This woman, we got her name and address and stuff, and the young waitress went and she had stitches and she went to the hospital and she missed work. So I called her and I reached first I sent her a demand letter. Basically, it's a legal thing saying, "Here's the bills. We're not trying to break you over the coals, but this girl lost some money. She's paying student loans, and this is what it costs." So. They didn't respond. So I called her and she's like, "Well, our house is being renovated right now, so I didn't get the letter." I said, "Well, ma'am, here's what happened." She goes, "Oh, yeah. Well, she shouldn't have pet the dog." And I said, "Well, ma'am, you should have brought that dog into a restaurant." So she goes, "Well, in California, I can bring my dog in." She actually said that. "Well, in California." It was almost like, "You're not my real father." It was like a stepkid thing. I was like, "Well, ma'am, you're not in California. And can you put," and she goes, "Well, my lawyer said just sue us." And I go, "Okay." So I served her. I went and filed in court, served her certified mail. They didn't pick it up. I called her. I said, "Ma'am, well, we're not, our house is being renovated in Belmead. We're not staying there." "Okay, well, where can I serve you?" So she knew she was being sued. She hung up on me. So I go, "Okay. Now, if you can't serve somebody by publication or personal service, in Tennessee, you can serve somebody what's called publication, meaning I can put it in the Tennessean or the Ledger for 3 days. And the thought is you have served them if they're not going to be served, and they have public notice that they are being sued."
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. So, of course, she didn't show up to court. And then and I got my judgment for a lot more money than I would have charged her just to pay the hospital bills because of her attitude. And it cost, an attorney, doctors, missed work, even more. So she literally that day goes and files a set aside. So she knew about it clearly. No, I wasn't notified. We went to court and the judge just literally did one of these like, "Ma'am, you knew you're being sued, right?" "Oh yeah, I knew, but they didn't serve me properly." He goes, "Well, you should have appealed it." And oh, look, you missed the 10 days. She follows me out of the courtroom going, "We're on Social Security. Can we set up a payment plan? You just sold your $1 billion house in San Diego to move to a ranch in Belmead for probably a tenth of the cost of your house. And you now want a payment plan. You want a favor from me because you brought your dog in and bit this poor girl, and then you wouldn't come to court." That's California in Nashville right now.
Boy, you're not kidding.
They should not be allowed to. I hate it. It violates the Constitution, but I really think you should not be allowed to vote in a new city until you've lived there for 5 years.
I agree.
If you move.
I agree.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
But
I also have to thank you too, because you came to my rescue when I won't say where I was working, but I have a horrible allergy to animal dander. And this place of employment was letting people bring their pets in, especially on bring your
weasels,
dog.
Raccoons, weasel, all kinds of crap.
Everything it was like bring your dog to work
Chickens.
day. And it put me, it basically put me in the hospital. And
Yeah, man, you got really sick.
I got really sick and they wouldn't take it seriously. So I had to get you involved. And I appreciate that because you really helped me out because I thought.
The Hebrew hammer. Bam, bam.
And I love animals, but I think people are getting a little crazy with, like the emotionally support animal. I mean, come on.
Yeah, no. And and those certificates you can buy online or what, they don't work and they don't have to honor them anymore. So be forewarned if you're going to the airport. Just be prepared to pay for it.
Yeah.
They'll let you bring a dog or cat on, but not a python or a chicken. And it's just ridiculous.
Oh, it is.
And honestly, a lot of people do have, and it's really funny when people say they're allergic to cats. I always say, get a cat because you actually will build up an immunity to the cat.
Yeah.
Now, dander's different. All animals dander. That's from somebody who's just not cleaned and the dander's coming off. It could be from a human too, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm allergic to the dander.
That's it. Dander? Hell, I married her.
Tanya Tucker?
Oh, boy.
No, but you can kiss her. Anyway.
So speaking of that, I was the lawyer on that poison pet food case with China. That's kind of what launched German dread.
Well, in fact, Phil Valentine.
2006.
Yeah, Phil Valentine claimed that China cat food killed his cat.
It did.
Yeah.
It did. What they did was they put plastic to save money. Menu foods in China use plastic instead of food, and it killed smaller animals, and bigger animals could digest it. And that is now why I have 2 cats, because I met more people. Honestly, a lot of them widows or widowers, and that cat, they have a sixth sense. They were almost like they were spouse at that point. And that was a human to them. And when that greedy company saving 4 cents a pound on food killed all these, I went for blood. We had over 100 plaintiffs. Blair and I didn't keep a penny of that, by the way. It actually cost us money to sue those folks. We're like, no, all the money's going to these people. We can make money other ways. And by the way, Blair Durham, Bart Durham, by the way, who we lost last year.
Oh, yeah.
People don't realize this about Bart, and the kid about his commercials. Bart Durham won the Supreme Court case that first allowed lawyers to advertise on television. Bart Durham is the reason lawyers advertise on television. And you know what? Great damn lawyer. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
If you go to his son Blair, you're going to get more money than you'd get probably with any other lawyer or by yourself. So there's a method to the madness there. But again, people talk about him because of something kind of goofy. The commercials were kind of funny.
Oh, yeah.
But good lawyers, and we miss you, Bart. That's another great one we lost.
Oh, you're not kidding. In fact, my dad, when my dad first moved to town, and his radio station, I think Bart Durham was one of the first clients that he had as far as a sponsor. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. They're good at what they do. And let me tell you this though. When you see all these advertisers for law firms saying we don't get paid unless you get paid, that's true. But they're not going to take your case unless both sides have insurance, number one, and they feel they have a 90% chance of winning. So, yeah, you're going to get paid because they are going to get paid. But if they don't think you're going to get paid, they're not taking your case, and they don't have to.
Yeah.
The same thing with med-mal. I've never taken a med-mal case, but people will call all the time, and I'll listen to them. But when you break it down, it's not about the medicine. It's when you break it down, they'll go, he was rude to my grandmother. That's why they want to sue. It's bedside manner.
Yeah.
That's like with my law practice, I return every call within 4 to 8 hours max. People, doctors that don't respond, lawyers that don't return calls in 24 hours, they're the ones getting sued for malpractice.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with the medicine. Medicine is not an exact science.
No.
There's my other tip for teens today.
Adam Dread's tips.
Hey, I stole tip for teens I stole that from Webb Wilder. My favorite Webb Wilder and the Beatniks.
I love Webb Wilder.
Bucket list. Track 17, Webb Wilder. It came from Nashville, 1985. Is Adam Dread intro on iTunes. It's just me at the exit in introducing him. They put me on their record, and I was like, now I can die. But
well, I always liked his line. Always liked his line on stage too when he would say, "Here's a song we wrote." He said, "But the good lyric fairy didn't visit me and Bobby on this one."
Man, Bobby, heck yeah! I always thought if God was really a rock and roll God, the biggest rock stars in the world, top 3, would be Warren Zevon, John Hyatt, and Webb Wilder.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I call Warren Zevon the dark Jimmy Buffett.
He was. You're right. I've never heard that before.
I mean, Cheeseburger in Paradise is basically Roland the Headless Thompson Gunner, but yeah, the dark side.
Yeah. Hey, did you ever have any dealings with Steve Earle?
I did. He's not a fan.
Oh, is he not a fan of Adam Dread?
So my buddy John Dotson managed him years ago. And they went out to LA to do some stuff, and Steve disappeared on a little binge for a few days.
Oh, that's when he was doing Honey Don't for the Beverly Hillbillies soundtrack with Joe Walsh.
I don't know what he was doing, but I know he was doing a lot of smack. And he would. So anyway, I was on the radio then, and John was bummed. I mean, he's a friend of mine. He's working hard. He can't find his act. He's managing.
Yeah.
And so I said something on the air about. I said. I was going, "Hey, pretty baby, you ready for me?" It's a smooth talking junkie back from cell block B. I go, "Hey, Steve." I go, "Steve Earle's back, shooting up the charts."
Oh man!
But then he was this big anti-death penalty guy, and I forget, I was at some event, and he's, and I'm pro-death penalty. I mean, I'm pro-death penalty pretty much for everyone. But so he was down to. Oh, that reminds me. This is a great true story, guys. Running for office. When you run for council at large, there's 5 spots, and there were 20 of us running, and we'd go to all these forums, all of us, and the audience could ask any question.
Yeah.
And sure enough, somebody stands up and says, "What is your stance on abortion?" And all these guys, it's me, Tandy Rice, Howard Gentry, David Briley, all looking around like this and that. And I go, "I got this one." And I stood up and I go, "Ma'am, first of all, that's not a city council issue, but since you asked, I believe every parent has the right to abort any child till that child's 16 years old, because you really don't know if you got a dud till they're a teenager. Here you go, son. Drink this warm milk. Daddy, it smells like almonds." Oh, another great council story. So I was on the city council, and they put up that Musica statue.
Oh, yes.
Naked men and women.
Yeah.
Which, first of all, it's private money. I don't think it's appropriate for that spot, but I had no say in it. 7 a.m. Saturday morning. I might have had a little bit of the cocktail flu that morning. This woman wakes me up from Donaldson. Councilman Dredd, you got to take down that statue of them naked people. I'm like, "Ma'am, I've got a conflict of interest." She said, "Conflict of interest?" I go, "Yeah, I posed for it." And it was cold out. Might have lost a vote. Don't care.
Yeah,
so I had some fun on the council too. I passed a law that I got the holiday tree renamed the Christmas tree.
Thank you.
Because I go, "Guys, it's a Christmas tree." It was me and Eric Crafton. I go, we have a menorah, why can't we have a Christmas tree?
Yeah.
Oh, that's, and all of a sudden, and I'm born Jewish, and I'm the bad guy here.
Yeah.
Guys,
go figure.
Yeah. That's just kind of story of my life.
Stirring the pot.
That's it. Yeah, I'm circling the drain and stirring the pot, circling the drain. We already have a spinoff, guys.
Yes, we do.
Jeffersons from All in the Family.
There you go, man. So when do you head back to Nashville?
So I'll be in and out, but I'll come back for football season at Vanderbilt. Oh, we have, I'm in Vandyville. If you guys are ever coming through those tailgate tents,
Yeah.
there's 150 tents starting at Wedgwood coming up to the stadium. I'm tents number 1 and 2. You'll see a sign saying the Nantucket, Nashville Law Office of Adam Dredd.
Nice.
Come by anytime. Be my guest. Open bar. Some of your fans could come too. You're gonna have to clear it with Johnny B. But
I'd be down for that.
I would
raised,
too.
They doubled the rates to rent the tents because of Pavia.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
I can imagine. Yeah, they got a lot of
And it
eyes on them now.
Oh.
Yeah, and Pavia's mom used to come to ours. That was fun. I got the call. I'm in Nantucket when his brother got arrested last year in the Vandy game. Do you remember that? And they're like, "Can you come, take care of the kid? He's public drunk and stuff." I go, "Probably not, because he was at my tailgate tent." A little bit of a conflict of interest, I think. But no, we've been going. It's me and all my class in 1985. We've all been tailgating together since then, and we've moved up from like tent 150. Now we're tent number 1 and 2.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
it's chronologically, it's a pretty big honor to be up there. So come by and say hi, please. Definitely.
Well, the
It's a lot of
Vanderbilt
fun.
football team now is something to be fearful of.
Heck yeah. Who knew?
Yeah.
Who knew?
Well, and what really helped, I think, was the Nick Saban video. I think that's what. Oh
yeah.
It gave him a little fire right there. Put a little gasoline on the fire.
You gotta love it. My only problem with Vanderbilt on that, and I don't know who to yell at, but Pavia should have had a handler at the Heisman. Somebody should have kept him from doing what he did.
Yeah.
Because that killed his career, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree.
That's how we learned the hard way.
Yeah, that's right.
Nobody wants a Pac-Man Jones on their roster.
Boy, no kidding.
Oh my God, Pac-Man Jones! I forgot about Pac-Man.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh God.
But, once he left the Titans, other teams, everybody kept signing this guy.
Who knew?
Yeah.
It's a DEI hire. And the I stands for idiocy.
Oh man, he was. There was not a strip club that didn't know his name.
Oh my goodness. That was the best gig I ever had in my life. When I was doing stand-up, I was Father Guido Sarducci's opening act. Don Novello.
Yes.
Remember him from Saturday Night Live?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
At the Punchline in Atlanta. And I was making, as an opener, $150 a day. Now, this is 1988, 89. That was not bad money then, but not great money. And these guys came up to me after the show and said, "Hey, would you like to do a show at our club?" I said, "What club?" They said, "Well, it's called the Cheetah 3 in Atlanta, and it's the top strip club in the South." I go, what kind of show? And they said, "We want you to host the Battle of the Cheetah Girls, which is the competition for the top stripper in the South. $25,000 prize." And I did. And I tuxedo, ran it like Burt Parks. I mean, a regular pageant with swimsuit, talent,
Nothing.
everything. And the funniest part is, so the 5 finalists are up there. By that point, they're all completely naked, and I'm about to announce the first runner-up. And I say, before I announce first runner-up, let me just say how important this position is, because let's say the winner's in some sort of scandal, then you'll be Miss Cheetah. And they all looked at me like Mongoloids at a magic show. They had no idea what I should say.
Wow.
Hey man, you were real good friends with Ralphie May. What can you tell us
Yes.
about Ralphie?
That bitch of a wife of his, that movie is crap. It's a lot of lies. Lana Turner's killed him. His wife killed him, literally. From the stress of that divorce.
Wow.
The stuff she did to that guy. I've seen the texts. I know way too much about it. She went to TMZ and literally said that he had sex with her in a very inappropriate way and basically had taken advantage of her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not only did that not happen, I have the text from her to him telling him how much she likes that position.
Yeah.
And I mean, and he was 6 states away at the time she said that happened.
Wow.
And she put it on TMZ. The stress that, of course, he was way overweight, but the added stress to that guy's heart with that kind of stuff during a money divorce thing, he was so broke. Somebody had to lend him money to pay his taxes the year he died because she had spent all his money. And now her spitting on his grave with this BS movie. don't see it because it's all lies.
Yeah.
It's all lies. And there will be a lawsuit. Unfortunately, there's nothing to get from her, and I don't want to hurt her kids, frankly.
Yeah.
Those poor kids having that gold-digging witch. Really? She married him because she thought he was cute? Because she loved him? No, it was about money.
Yeah.
And wanting to be a comedian. By the way, she's banned at almost every comedy club in the country.
Really?
For performing, yeah. Lana Turner.
Well,
That's an original name.
He seemed like a good guy to me.
Nicest guy in the world. He took care of everybody. And gosh, and again, I got a call from a reporter during the sniper shooting in Vegas.
Yeah.
And I was actually about to head out there to go stay with Ralphie for a week the next week. And he's like, Adam, do you have anybody out there we can interview for a Nashville perspective on the shooting at the country show? I go, yeah, let me call Ralphie. And I called Ralphie and I said, hey, Ralphie. He goes, Adam, I just don't really feel good. I go, man, what's going on? Anything I can do? No, man. I go, no, man, I'll be out there tomorrow. What can we do? What can we do to help you? He goes, no, I just don't feel right. And then next day,
wow,
gone.
Gosh, man, that's sad.
And that was when she'd opened fire on him and all the papers she served him with. She went through more money, and just embarrassed him publicly, privately, screaming at him. There's a special place in hell for that woman.
Yeah.
Honestly.
We've been hearing a lot of stories about women like that.
Yeah. I was married to most of them.
You too, eh?
Hey, every boy needs a hobby.
What got you into comedy, doing comedy? How did you break through doing that?
So I was at Vanderbilt, and we had something called Rites of Spring, and I just started emceeing that. And somebody said to enter this comedy contest. I was doing a 91 Rock as well. I had a 1-hour show called Adam Dredd's Happy Camper Show. But anyway, so I sent in this tape to WLAC actually and made the top 10. And then I got beat by some no-name named Henry Cho beat me on that one.
Oh, wow.
And then, but in my first 5 minutes, and I kind of got the bug and started doing open mic nights. But I had some fun times on the road. My first time on the road was Creative Entertainment out of Charlotte, and I had a Florida tour, and it was 3 one-nighters, and then the weekend in Tallahassee. Was that? Yeah. And I was opening for this guy from Ohio, and we're driving, our separate cars, and I'm in a 72 BMW 2002 beater that I bought for $700 from Jimmy Lester from Webb Wilder's band late one night, and he's in some big Cadillac, and I'm in front, and all of a sudden my radiator just blew. And he comes up behind me, and I'm reaching to grab the thing, and he grabs my hand like I would have burned my hand off. And anyway, we're having dinner later that night. He goes, man, I'm going to be famous someday, man. I go, I bet you are. And I go, yeah, now he is Steve Harvey. That was Steve Harvey.
Wow.
Was my first guy I toured with. Yeah. But he saved me from burning my hand off a radiator. That's our first experience. I'll tell you, one of the dirtiest guys I ever worked with. I got booked at Nick's Comedy Stop in Boston, my first time ever being booked as a headliner. And I was co-headlining with this guy named Dennis Leary.
Oh,
who's from there. All right, I'm a pretty new comic, but just comedy's political as well. That's why I got the gig.
Yeah.
And I had to follow Dennis Leary in Boston. They threw me up there as this Southern guy just to crucify. So we switched the orders the next night. But there's another kid there who's kind of open micing and doing some stuff. And there's a lot of one-nighter rooms around Boston and Cape Cod that these agents will book out. So they'll book you for 3 nights for a long weekend, but then they'll book you in Salem or Norwich or little towns around Massachusetts. So this guy was driving with me, and we're talking. I go, buddy, I did kind of like a Seinfeld TV clean Martin Mull kind of show back then. I said, man, just don't take me. Just don't be really dirty at the end. There's no problem. And he's doing his show, and he is dirty. And at the end of it, he's talking about being in bed with a girl, and just the foulest stuff ever came out of this guy's mouth. He goes, so you ready for your headliner? Here's Adam Dredd. And I'm like, and following dirty comedy, clean comedy is tough. That guy's doing okay now, Joe Rogan.
Oh, wow.
Nobody would work with Joe. Joe was my opener. And we're still friends. It was funny, man. But it made me work. As a clean comic, following a dirty comic is not easy to do.
No.
It really makes you work.
No.
The dirtiest guy ever was Bob Saget. Was just filthy.
Yeah, he was notorious for being filthy.
Yeah. And that kind of surprised people,
Yeah,
actually.
it did. Yep.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But gosh, so we have comedy festivals coming up here next week. I'm a little bit involved with that. I have 5 books about Nantucket, and the 5th one's coming out this year. That are kind of, you might be a redneck if, but the Nantucket version.
Yeah.
So it would mean nothing to 99.5% of your audience, probably in Nashville. But
Okay,
but I have fun doing them.
we talked about Nantucket and the hierarchy of Martha's Vineyard. Where does Block Island fall in that hierarchy?
So that's New York. That's near the Hampsteins. Yeah.
Montauk as well?
Yep. Well, I mean, it's a different world. It's almost comparing California.
Really?
I mean, California, San Diego to, San Francisco. We really, there's no crossover with Block Island. I mean, so we have something called the Island Cup, which is Nantucket versus Martha's Vineyard in football every year.
Right.
And we always win because most of the kids here, the locals, they're descendants of whalers. They're Portuguese and they're Cape Verdean and Portuguese. So these are big boys.
Mm-hmm.
And the guys on the vineyard are, they think they're past, Peter Pan people.
Have you guys ever been up there?
From Neverland.
Martha's Vineyard, Nantucket?
No, I have not.
Have you?
No, not.
No.
So definitely.
So Nantucket is where Moby Dick took place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was the largest. We used to say the dictionary definition number 1, Nantucket, formerly largest whaling port in the world. Definition number 2, traditional mating ground for upper class white children.
We used to. That's where we used to do a lot of fishing was Block Island area.
Yeah.
And that whole area.
Oh yeah.
So I grew up all around there.
Tuna.
We caught whatever. I mean, a lot of bluefish, tuna. We came out of Charlestown Breachway and Point Judith most of the time.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was tuna fishing last year, and this blue shark would not leave. About a 10-footer would not leave us alone because we're using live bait. And as soon as you threw something in, it would just pull it. So we finally caught the shark.
I would love. Everything you're
about
talking about brings back so much nostalgia. I mean, if you guys ever get a chance to go up there, go probably towards the end of the summer, going into the fall. Beautiful. The weather is like
that's actually the best time.
Right.
We call that the shoulder. That's the shoulder season.
Yep.
Shoulder season. You want to come up in the fall. The water's still warm. The kids are back in school. The day trippers are gone. And if I could just be here 2 months a year, it would be September and October.
Yeah.
Wow. And I share restaurant week up here the second week, the week after Columbus Day. The week before Columbus Day in October every year.
Wow.
As part of my Chamber of Commerce duties. Yeah.
The many things you do.
I keep busy up there.
Well, you do, don't you? You're a busy guy. You call yourself a man of leisure, but I see you more. I mean, you're doing so much.
I spend more time trying to look like I'm not working than anyone I know. Adam Dredd is a brand. I'm not a human. But I really enjoy it. And I honestly think it's a God thing. If you know you have the power to give back, you have to.
Yeah.
Don't sit there. Yeah. And so while I'm still healthy this month, I'll keep doing what I can.
Well,
to leave the world a little better for everybody.
Well, and you do, man. A lot of people don't realize that, but you do a lot of great work. And I've always looked up to you. You're one of my heroes, and I hope you know that.
You too, brother. Reciprocal.
Well, I appreciate it.
This has been fun. Thanks for having me, guys.
Oh, it's been our pleasure, man.
Yes,
Anytime you want to invite it. In fact, if you ever want us to do a live, we could do a live show.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we could do a live show at the Vandy tent.
Yeah, we'll do a live stream. Yeah,
we can do it at my Vandy tent, or we could do it on my boat up here.
Hell to the
let's do both.
Yeah.
Let's do both. Let's
get a sponsor.
By the way, here's my shameless self-promotion. If anybody does need any, I don't charge to consult somebody legally. I'm easy to find. If you can remember this, my number is 888-DUI-ADAM. If you can spell my number, you're not drunk.
Dude.
Great way to end it.
Pleasure meeting you.
Well, dude, it's been fun having you on. And we're going to have you back on when you're in town, man. Definitely.
I'm on it. This has been my pleasure, guys. Thank you.
All right.
God bless you, brother.
You.
And thanks for joining us on Circling the Drain. Where can people check us out, Brother Jay?
Well, of course, there's always the website, circlingthedrain.net. And if you also want to keep looking at us, you can go to our Facebook page as well as our YouTube channel. And, of course, the audio's on all of the podcast platforms, Apple Podcast, and Spotify. Everybody knows
Crackle.
where they can go. Yeah, there too. So, and of course, get that merchandise at circlingthedrain.net.
And be sure and join us next time right here on Circling the Drain. Thank you.